put my headset in. Oh, I can put this in. Oh, but I need my
The sun is shining, shining, nice and bright, bright. The birds are chirping, chirping,
and I'm excited.
Time to get ready, ready
for another day.
No one can stop us, so we gon' learn to play. Oh, every day we learn and play.
We do our best, so we'll be great.
You do your best, best,
and I do mine.
So let's get ready, ready.
Cause it's about that time.
That's all I'm saying. You need to go ahead and get that together.
I'm a supernova.
You see me taking over.
Good morning. Welcome to the Rolling Out and Wake Up Call.
You was a hater.
We're gonna go ahead.
Why
we're
you
gonna start the
trying
show,
to
even though
force it?
even though we don't, we're gonna go ahead and start the show. Thank you everyone for tuning in to the Rolling Out AM Wake Up Call. I am the first King James, and I am with Portia, partially ready Monique. And
I can't see nothing. Can y'all see the screen? I hate this. Oh,
yeah, I can see it.
What? Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead.
But no, that's it. I just did the introductions. You can take it from there. I was just trying to fill in until you got yourself together. Even though
I'm about to redo my thing because I can't see nothing, y'all. I'll be liking to look at y'all. Oh yeah,
okay.
While you sitting up there talking about Portia is partially ready, where's your light? Where's your ring light? You need your bright light, Jerry. Check the chat. That's all I'm saying.
Well, anyway, in the
news today. Partially ready.
In the news today.
I'm resetting right quick, y'all.
Oh, do you have to reset? Okay. So we'll go ahead and allow the brilliant TJ, the producer, to help get Portia together. Maybe give her a little tutelage and remedial instruction on how to conduct a show.
Instruction.
We are live.
I'm back.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So how you doing this morning?
I'm well. How are you? I'm looking for my glasses cleaner.
I'm blessed and highly favored, and I'm blessed and highly favored, and I'm a man about mine.
Highly favored. Don't give me this thing this morning, Terry. King James.
Oh,
Let
okay.
me plug my microphone in, y'all. Look at that. Look, y'all, it's Thursday, and as y'all know, every Thursday we have a cover come out. And this week's cover is yours truly, courtesy of yours truly, Portia Monique. I wrote the story. Y'all see how beautiful she looks? This is gospel singer Jacqueline Carr. She wants to touch, inspire, and give people hope in 2021. She's such a beautiful young lady. We were talking yesterday about Generation Z and how they are really leading this generation, really leading the world, and they just got their stuff together. So I'm very super uber proud of this cover right here with Jacqueline Carr, gospel singer. Y'all know her. She sings "It's Your Winning Season." It's your winning season. Don't play with me. And she also sings "Greater Is Coming." She's beautiful, y'all. Go check her out on stands right now. Is that what they still say? On our digital outlet right now. She is live. Jacqueline Carr. First cover of the year. Done. Where's my button? Where's my button? Oh, here it
Your button for what?
is. First cover of the year is done. Oh, I'm proud of that one. She looks gorgeous. What you
That's what's
think
up.
about the cover, Terry?
Yeah, the cover looks good. Yeah, looks beautiful. I mean,
Who in the comments? I'm sensing doggone hate coming on a Thursday.
the hate coming
Good
from what? I
morning,
just said
everyone.
good.
You said it looks great. You never
See, you
choked
ain't
up,
nothing.
Terry.
See, you are always you. See, you are always crying about something.
I'm just
I said
saying,
it looked
you're never
good,
choked up.
but
It looks good.
yeah, it looks good. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. I think she looks gorgeous. And I think
Did
she
you
is
did you do the
definitely an
did you do the
inspiration.
photography?
I selected it. I did.
Not saying
Thank
did
you.
you take the photography?
I selected it. I said what I said. Good morning, Iris Baker. Good morning, Shirley Carter from Philadelphia. De Niro said, good morning. I want to thank you and everyone for supporting us on our journey to justice for Vincent Truitt. All right, De Niro. Um, Iris Baker is on. Karma English. Y'all. Good morning to Rue. To Rue is on. Mark Fleming, Torian, Calvin, Oliver, Godset, Ramona Devine. Good morning, y'all. So yes, if you missed it, new cover, Jacqueline Carr. She looks beautiful.
What's up?
Words by Portia Monique. That is what's up. What else is going on in the world today, Terry? I thought you
I
said you
mean,
was
this.
ready because it looked like you over there partially ready yourself.
No. I'm ready.
Blair,
I'm ready. I'm
what's
just.
in your computer? What's in your glasses? What am I looking at? That's the screen.
Yeah, you're looking at the
I see
screen
a
on
whole
my
bunch of stuff
glasses.
moving.
What are
Okay.
you talking about? Well, that's just the screen. I mean, that's been on every show I've been on. You just now noticing it. You a little late. You know, you need to get with the program, okay? So,
I'm not noticing it. I
but
just
I'm
wanted to go away.
okay. Well, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. You know what I'm saying? It's maybe it's that room that you in today. Maybe you need to go back to the window where you got some light and put some light in your life. You know what I'm saying?
I got plenty of light.
Oh,
This is
okay.
my normal room. Don't do that. You know that. This is
No,
my
well,
normal
okay.
room.
But you got another room, right?
I do. And
That you
I'm
also
about to go fix my other room upstairs. It's gonna be a different scenery as well. So I just need to fix it up. I'm gonna do that this weekend. Somebody trying to get right. I Yeah, so that one has a black couch in it, and that one has more of a
okay.
feminine look to it. So I might try that out on Sunday. And if
A
I like the
feminine
way
look.
it looks, yeah. If I
Right.
need to clean up the whole room. I just need to redo the whole room.
I
So I'll
see.
have three spaces. And then you missed the basement. So I do have a space in the basement too, but that's just real bland.
I see.
Anyway, what we talking
Okay.
about? We real dry this morning. Let's not be dry. What we talking about? Bring me some energy.
Oh, I mean, there's a lot going on. I mean, we got your boy, um, President Biden, and that still takes some getting used to because we were so used to it. I mean, it was almost a cuss word the last 4 years, the word president. So it's, you know what I'm saying? We're bringing that positivity back to the word president. It has honor now, it has respect. And so he's doing a lot this first week. I mean, he's only been in office 1 week and he's already, casting out, he's trying to
Executive
reform police
orders.
brutality. These executive orders, I mean, he is eradicating the previous administration with every stroke of the pen. So, you know what I'm saying? He is going to end um, private prisons. He is going to reform police, the law enforcement. He is, he is getting back in accord with the atmosphere. I can't get the word right now, but he's just doing a lot this first week. So um, President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris are just doing it right now, and they're upsetting a
We
lot of
haven't
people.
heard too much from her. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Go ahead.
get used to that because they're supposed to fade away in the background and come. She will appear at regular intervals in the future. That's just the role of a vice president. They're not on the scene all the time. You know what I'm saying? She stays in the cut and she comes out every once in a while. But I just thought that she represented herself well on Inauguration Day 1 week ago on Wednesday, and you know what I'm saying. And then when she stood up there like a boss, and what I'm saying, basically swore in, Reverend Raphael
Warnock.
Warnock
You need a minute. You need some coffee.
and Senator John
You seem a little
Ossoff.
off this morning. Oh, let me look at the chat. Let me see what's going on in the chat.
Thank you.
That's what I'm
Down
saying. She
here,
asking me if I need to get myself together. She asking me if I need to get myself together, and she way behind on this. You know what I'm saying? So
my bad. Hold on, let me see. Go to rolling out covers. Okay. Video. Oh, I didn't see that one.
Pass all.
Okay.
Time for break.
Okay. Oh, it's time for break, y'all. So, we'll be back after these messages. Look at
well, I'm
Jerry
so
with
glad
the
that
light. Look at.
Coming on, Romeo.
I don't think we're free in this country. For 100 years, you saw black people menaced and targeted and lynched and beaten and brutalized. I think we're burdened by this history. You are obligated to do something to address that, or you become part of the problem. More people have to be willing to do that uncomfortable, inconvenient thing that justice requires for things to get better. We don't have to fear fairness. We don't have to fear equality. We don't have to fear doing the right thing.
10 seconds.
Truth can inspire change. Learn more at eji.org.
Look at that. What's up, Romeo? We are back on
people.
Road Now
How's
AM
the
Wake
world?
Up Call. And guess who showed up, y'all? We missed him yesterday. We had people
Good
asking for
morning,
you
good
yesterday,
people.
Romeo.
Well, I
morning.
mean, I love them back. Good morning. Hey, who's our guest?
Right. With that bright ass light illuminating all of the features.
listen.
What's up?
I told you.
Oh, that's
I
King
told you about
James.
that portion. Yeah, what's up, man?
That's-
How you doing, bro?
Change my
That's-
earrings, y'all.
I did not know that was King James. I'm sorry. I didn't know
That's
that was
King
you.
James with that TMZ lighting. That's King James with that TMZ
Okay,
lighting. That's
so
what you
so
got
so
going on.
so you know what? I might have sat in the back of the class, but your sarcasm is not appreciated, Romeo. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be
Hey, man,
uplifting your boy.
I thought you was a guest. I didn't even know, man. You look amazing. That's what I'm talking about.
Amazing.
And,
You know what I'm saying?
but I am,
Amazing.
but I am glad. I thank you for that, and I am glad that you are here so you can help gather Portia and get her together. She didn't even know we were supposed to go to a commercial. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that
I
everything
wasn't
is
checking
back
the chat.
to
I
normal.
wasn't checking the chat.
Yes, yes,
My
yes,
bad.
yes. But I'm glad that you are back to check the chat. And we want to thank everybody for tuning into the Rolling Out AM Wake Up Call. Thanks for everyone for watching. Go ahead and share the show. Have a watch party. Thank you, D. Is D here today? D with us? Is
I
Dee
D?
need
was up
Iris
late
Because
to
last
see
night.
D.
She was hosting her podcast last night. She did really good. I stayed on and I
Hey, she
watched
did
it
good.
all. She had the guy Martell from Love and Something Huntsville on the OWN channel, and she let him get away with some stuff, but she said she wanted to hear his story, so I understood. But she did really good. I was like, "Go D, go D." It was me and
Uh,
Brent in there holding it down.
hmm
Good morning,
and
Look,
Shirley
you know what
Shirley.
I'm
Curtis.
saying. And Romeo,
Hey,
what you know,
Nathan.
what? Yes, and Romeo, I don't know what to do about people when they hate when you get out and you do things like last couple Fridays ago. I went ahead and went to a music um, listening party
He always
with
running to.
uh, Daz and Capone, and somebody has
Why
something
he
to
trying
say
to high
about it.
cap?
You know what I'm saying? And so
He
I'm trying to figure out what I need to do, to repel the hate and the shade that I be getting for trying
nobody's
to get
hating.
out and make things happen.
Oh
Who
Talking
trying
about
man,
to ignore
y'all
I
you,
didn't.
know.
Nathan? Nathan, I said good morning. Who trying to ignore you? I know you ain't. You not
Nate,
talking
what
about me
happened,
because you
Nate?
know I
What
say
you?
good morning every morning. Don't do that. Good morning. Is D on? Hey D. D
Well, you
missed the
know,
comment. Oh well, she.
and it's funny you say that too,
Mm,
man, because um, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen, which is trending, which we haven't brought up because they haven't made it official yet. But if the NBA holds All Star Weekend in Atlanta, you might as well just say F Corona. You might as well just call it a day. Because if they announce that they're gonna hold All Star Weekend in Atlanta, it's a wrap. It's
that's
Yeah,
so
everything gonna be
crazy.
open. Every club gonna be open. Everything is
every,
going. So
every script club.
So
every strip club
so
gonna be
speaking
open.
of
So
Atlanta,
I
yes.
cannot wait to
So
see if
speaking
they're
of
gonna announce
Atlanta,
that.
we'll get a chance to see y'all acting up, I'm sure. But speaking of Atlanta, there was a Georgia video of Republican Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene confronting the Parkland shooting survivor. Do we have a video of that? Can we roll that? We ready with that? Since we
Parkland,
need to check the
Parkland.
chat 10 times. Is it ready? Go ahead.
David, why are you supporting the red flag laws? If Scott Peterson, the resource officer at Parkland, had done his job, then Nicholas Cruz wouldn't have killed anybody in your high school, or at least protected them. Why are you supporting red flag gun laws that attack our Second Amendment rights? And why are you using kids as a barrier? Do you not know how to defend your stance? So I'm walking. He's got nothing to say. Sad. He has nothing to say because there really isn't anything to say, you guys. He has nothing to say because he's paid to do this. Guess what? I'm a gun owner. I'm an American citizen. And I have nothing, but this guy with his George Soros funding and his major liberal funding has got everything. I want you to think about that. That's where we are. And he's a coward. He can't say one word because he can't defend his stance.
Okay, see,
I'm
that's the kind
confused
of
at what just
reprehend.
took place.
Yeah,
What
that's
happened?
kind of reprehensible. I'm sorry. No, that's the
You
kind
were
of
going to say
reprehensible.
that was the kind of reprehensible.
That's the kind of reprehensible stuff that really gets on my nerves because of the fact that she's being aggressive and disrespectful, but she's expecting him to hold himself. Now, if he had came back at her with the same energy that she came at him,
Right.
then
He would have been
she would have been
wrong.
calling the police. She would have been calling the police, and this is the kind of thing that Romeo, that your girl Portia be doing a lot, is that she be gaslighting folks, and then when somebody
Right.
finally turn around and gather her, then she wants to play the victim, and so we need to
Mm,
eliminate the gaslighting. So
mm,
basically, she was just basically gaslighting that man who was minding his own business, she wasn't trying to have an intellectual conversation. She was just trying
Nope.
to, you know, basically win her point. She wasn't trying to get an education. So that was
Right.
disrespectful and intellectually dishonest,
Mm.
in my opinion.
She also
No,
said
But
that
Portia,
I
Sandy
agree.
Hook's shooting was a hoax. Why are we talking about her? I don't understand why we're talking
No,
about her
I,
because
I,
all of her
well,
I agree
comments
with
are
you on
very
that one.
irrelevant.
well, the problem is, Portia,
Mm.
is that we can't ignore something like that because by ignoring or being silent, then we're tacitly agreeing with this woman and her stance, and that's what's happened for the last 4 years. So we have to address it and
Oh
say
no, that's not
that
why
she,
we are talking about her. We're talking about her because the Republican Party is supporting her. Thank you for that clarification, TJ. That makes sense. Okay, yeah, no, she can't get in office. Okay,
well, she's
I'm
already
sorry.
in
Go ahead.
office. She's a Republican. She's already in office. Her name is Marjorie Taylor Greene, and she just got elected. And she's the person who said that she was going to bring
So they're
impeachment
supporting
charges
her for
against
what?
President Biden before he even got into
Oh
office.
God. Okay.
So she said she's going to bring. Yeah, this is the same woman. So
Okay.
we can't be silent in the face of someone like her because someone who actually
I
has the
understand now.
audacity, the intestinal fortitude to say that children being slaughtered, as they did in Sandy Hook, was a
Is a
hoax.
hoax.
That has, yeah, we cannot be silent in the face of that.
Okay. I understand now.
Okay,
Because it just
and so
whatever. Okay. What's the next story? Let's go to Terry's report. What time is it? Our first guest comes at 8:45. Oh,
I,
did I tell
I,
y'all who we was
I,
talking to today?
I see how she cut you off, Terry. I just saw it. I just saw it. Boy, you just did the same thing that lady just saw it. Y'all saw it too, Facebook
What Terry
and
doing? We could
YouTube.
finally see Terry. What is he doing?
Mm, mm.
Terry, I'm
Portia,
trying to see
Portia,
what you over there doing.
Portia. Why are you sweating me? Why don't you mind yours or mind the business that pays you and let me be about mine? You know what
Uh,
I'm saying? So
uh.
I'm trying.
I'm
I'm
sorry, you just
I'm,
was a
I'm
little distracted. This is the first time I seen that look. I'm like, what you doing? Okay, go ahead.
no, I'm not distracted. This is what people do, Portia, when they're taking notes. So all I was doing is just writing on my pen right here, and that's
Writing
it.
on your pen.
So
Okay.
I mean, not writing
Joe
on my pen,
Biden is
writing on
up.
my notebook. But anyway,
We
yes, as I
understand.
explained before, um, the the eradication or the obliteration of the prison began under President Obama when he eliminated the disparities between the sentencing in powder and crack cocaine. He reduced it. Obama did by from 100 to 1 in terms of sentencing to 8 to 1. Now, still disparity between crack and powder cocaine, but still the fact that he lowered the disparity that much. President Biden now, and that's just kind of interesting saying President Biden because saying the word president actually has honor and respect in that name now. So he is go ahead and order the U.S. Department of Justice to go ahead and terminate all contracts that they have with private prisons. So there will be no more private prisons in the future, starting in 2021. And so we know, according to Susan Rice, who is his domestic policy advisor and who served as the U.S. ambassador under President Obama, she said that the studies have shown they have studied the data that proves that private prisons are less safe, less sanitary, and basically are, just they're more out of control. So basically, what they're doing is that they're eliminating private prisons altogether, which should have never started in the first place. But private prisons were a little bit the most accurate portrayal of what exactly America is about, and that is about free or close to free labor in America. That's capitalism in a nutshell. So, thank you, President Biden, for going ahead and eliminating that. Any thoughts on that? While I
I
write my
like the
notes.
way Kamala. I like the way him and Kamala are moving right now. I think they're pacing. They got a steady pace. I don't think they're jogging. They're in athletic terms. I apologize. They're jogging. I don't think they're speeding up the race. I think they got a steady pace coming into the second week, and I like the movement. That a lot of people like it, and a lot of people are still, why hasn't he done this or this yet? It's only week 2. Damn, people, like it's 2.
He's only been in
So
office 8 days.
right,
Yes,
right.
today makes his 8th day in office, and he is over there signing away executive orders, instituting stuff that he's trying to get rid of a lot of the things that Trump put in place, which I definitely commend him for, and or that Trump has stalled out. One of the things that I was excited to see was that they're actually pushing forth with the $20 bill for Harriet Tubman, and so they had a press conference on that. Well, somebody asked a question during the press conference. It was either last night or a couple of days ago, but they confirmed that they are bringing forth that bill. They're calling it a note. Of course, money is notes, but they're bringing forth that $20 bill with Harriet Tubman on it, y'all. So it's not just a rumor. So I'm excited about that as well as getting all the Trump's outdated, immoral policies and all of that stuff out of office. So
Yes,
yes.
and so yeah, so it's a good thing. And yes, to go ahead about that, Harriet Tubman, that is something that was pushed during the Obama administration. So basically, after a 4-year interruption or a 4-year sabbatical from the Obama administration policies, we're picking it right back up with President Biden, and that was one of the things that he also pushed during his administration, and then it kind of languished on the shelf of morality with Portia's president Trump. And so it's good to see
Mm.
that Biden is getting back on that. Okay, let's go ahead and go to the next slide.
What up, China?
Yes,
Trying
this
to
is
go
the
to
gentleman.
China.
I saw this at this. What you say to China? Hold on, because he was saying he was talking to China. What you say, Romeo? Don't be trying to throw that in there and be slick. What you say to China?
I said I'm trying to go to China. China. It's a
Oh
good country to
Lord.
be in.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Go
well,
ahead.
yeah. Thank you for that little tidbit there, Romeo. This gentleman here, his name is he's a Seattle. Well, he used to be with the Seattle Seahawks. His name is Chad Wheeler. He's 6'7", 310 pounds, and he says or claims that he's bipolar. Well, anyway, this is the gentleman who beat the living snot out of a black woman the other day, and basically
That he was
dislocated her
allegedly
arm.
dating.
Yeah, that he was allegedly dating, and he basically beat her up and basically choked her unconscious, and said that because of the fact that she wouldn't uh, bow to him, and so when she refused to bow to him, he just commenced. And she only weighs 145 pounds, and she's 5'9". This 6'7", 310-pound savage beast, monster, thug, basically, beat her up, got her on the bed, choked her to death. I mean, choked her out, and then went back to eating. And so when she woke up and ran into the bathroom, he was like, "Oh, you're still alive." And so she called the police, and the police came screaming up to the apartment, and he had busted into the bathroom where she had locked herself in. And when they got there, he was standing next to her in the bathroom, and she was screaming. They could hear her screaming from the street. And so basically, they got to her just in time, because if basically he tried to choke, he choked her unconscious. So I think he thought that he had killed her. And so this is the reason why he went undrafted from out of USC, because they said he has psychiatric problems. Well, he definitely got problems, and he's no longer with the Seattle Seahawks. So my problem is that I didn't see this story on ESPN, Fox News, Sports, or any other channel, or I didn't see this, because they're not giving this the same energy as they gave a running back called Ray Rice. Y'all probably remember that video of him knocking out his girlfriend in the elevator and knocking her unconscious, and he no longer played in the NFL. And they gave this weeks of coverage, round the clock, nonstop, incessant coverage. And I have yet to see
Damn,
this.
Nathan.
I've yet to
Ooh,
see this
so
on on the news. So go ahead, Roman. Did you want to comment on this?
so are we blaming? Of course we're holding him accountable. Are we also holding the the organization accountable as well?
Oh, the Seattle Seahawks, they've already they've terminated. They basically dropped him.
No,
Yeah.
They
no,
cut
no, no, no,
they
no.
cut him from the team.
Are we holding them accountable? You just say it.
In
See,
terms of
this
what?
is the problem that I have. This is the problem that I have with, and you know what? I'll say this: it's majority football players. It's really majority football players. The problem that I have is you knew what the man was in college because the man had issues in English. You saw it. You saw it. You drafted him. You paid him $1 million. You brought him to your organization. You knew the man had problems inside your organization. Then, when the man acts out on those problems, oh, we out. We gotta drop you. We gotta let you go. Nah, you knew what you hired. And that's the problem that I have with big sports. A lot of these athletes, black, white, Asian, American, yellow, brown, I don't care what you are. These athletes, because of the money value of these African American athletes and the money value of these white athletes, you go for the money value over the fact of the person's character. The person's character don't count. Let's be honest. The bottom line counts. The character don't count. Well, you know he was accused of rape in college. Well, you know what? He didn't really do it, so we're gonna take him and we're gonna hire him, and then 2 years later he raping people in your organization. That's your fault. So I think the organization should be held accountable as well. I sure do.
Well, the thing was is that he was an All-American at the University of Southern California, and then he went undrafted. That is basically unprecedented. Nobody who is that good and becomes an All-American goes undrafted, and the reason why he was undrafted is because of some of the incidents that he had with police, and because of his psychiatric evaluation at a Los Angeles hospital. So they were trying to give him a second chance. So I don't hold Seattle Seahawks accountable. They thought they thought that he had this under control. That's why he went undrafted. That's why he was sitting the bench, because they were trying to give him a second chance. And I, for one, believe in second chances. He messed up his second chance. He probably won't get a third. He is probably out of the
almost made me
NFL.
curse at you, man.
So
Go ahead.
I
You
have a
almost made me
question,
curse.
and it's the same. It's the same question as Iris's. Is he in jail for what he
Yes.
did? Oh, he is.
Yes. Oh, yes. He is in jail. He has $400,000 bond. He has been ordered to give up all his weapons, and he is ordered not to make contact with the victim, who remains unnamed. I'm sorry. Thank you, Portia. I forgot to mention that. So yes, he is in prison right now on $400,000 bond.
Tell you so.
Well, good.
Any man.
I am happy that he is in jail for that. But if you guys seen the photos, and I don't know if we want to show them because they were a little graphic. But you saw that he did. They were just graphic.
He did
She
work.
had blood coming out of her nose, and
Yeah.
the way that
He
she
put work on her. And
described his response. Go ahead.
My
No, I'm
partner
sorry. I'm
Taru
saying.
just checked in, right? Hold on. My partner
Yeah.
Taru just checked in. Romeo International,
All right.
that statement is reckless. The team isn't responsible for the player's action. If someone is accused of something, doesn't mean they shouldn't have opportunity. Okay, let me back up. Let me rewind something real quick. First of all, to King James' point, second chance hell. Any man who puts his hands on a female, I don't believe in second chances. I don't care if you put your hands on female in high school, college, church, down the street. Ain't no second chance with me. I apologize. I love women. I love my black women. White. I apologize for that. Number two, and I respect Taru, but let me say this: if Portia owns an organization and Portia knows, well, Romeo used to rob and steal, and Portia hires me because of my money value, and I come into her organization and I rob and steal. You telling me Portia shouldn't be held a little bit accountable? Portia knew who she was hiring. Like the football organization, they know who they're hiring. Let's not think of, it's not a regular job. They do their due diligence. They do their background. They knew who they was hiring. So You are accountable for that because you didn't get that man help, did you? Or did you put him on the
Yes,
field?
I'm reference
that-
accusations. If
that
you
is-
did it, you should pay.
yes, and Romeo, let's be clear. The incident that he had with this woman is his first um, felony or first offense, criminal act against a woman. What he did in college was he had some psychiatric problems and he had gotten into some confrontation with men. This is the first time that he got arrested for beating up a woman. The other incidents in college were
Okay.
with men.
But
Maybe
going off of what
arrested,
you
but
stated,
rest assured that it
So no,
probably wasn't the first time he did something like this to a woman.
thank you,
For
Portia.
you to
That's
even
what.
have the gall to ask somebody, and I'm sure it wasn't an ask, for you to even have the gall to tell somebody to bow in front of you means that this type of behavior was expected. Like he it wasn't like he was
this is part of his modus
timid
operandi. He's
in
done it before.
asking her to bow.
Come on,
Exactly. This
Portia.
is a part of his modus operandi. He's done it before.
But this is
So
the
just
first time he
because he
got
hasn't
caught.
gone to jail for it before does not mean that it's not the first time that he has done
Right,
it. He
right. And
definitely has done something like this
no,
before.
we're all in agreement. What I disagree with
Yeah.
Romeo is the fact that this is the first offense, a first arrestable offense that he had with. If he's done this before, Romeo, nobody knew about it. That's what we're saying. This is the first time that he got arrested for an act
Or
against a
nobody
woman.
told. Or
Or
nobody
nobody
told.
told.
None of
Okay,
them
nobody
wasn't
told.
told.
Okay,
Right.
I can go with that. I can go with that.
Right.
But
Nobody.
Yeah.
in any event,
Nobody's
go
a
ahead.
nobody's a surprise woman beater. There's no such thing as a surprise woman beater. Like they don't just pop up.
Yeah, my first thought, Iris, was that she needs some cousins to go find him. Be waiting on him. So Iris said her father, brothers, uncles, male friends should choke him out when he's released
Thank
from
you,
jail. I'm
producer
just reading from
TJ.
Facebook.
Thank you,
um,
producer
and then
TJ. This is behavior.
Jean, hey Jean. Hey Jean, good to see you again. She said Aaron Hernandez, the teams he came from, knew. So I think that's to your
Oh, okay.
point, Romeo.
Yeah, and the thing about it,
Hmm.
if he had prior incidences of laying his hands on women, and the team knew, then yes, they should be held accountable. Just like Ohio State, going back to my team, the Ohio State Buckeyes, basically fired Urban Meyer, not officially, but they got rid of him after they found out that one of his assistant coaches had been laying his hands a lot on his wife, and that he did not take any action against him. So basically, he was run out of Ohio State. So yes. And so Ohio
Yeah.
State should have been held accountable whenever something like that happens. I agree with Romeo on that. The question is, we don't know for sure if the Seattle Seahawks knew about that, any incidents with women before they tried to give him a second chance. He won't get a third.
Correct.
Anyway,
Yes. And
right.
and
He
so
won't get a
that's
third.
to Rule's point as well. But I wanted to touch base on Nathan because Nathan was going hard. I'm not gonna say the first couple of things that he said, but the last things that he said was, I wonder what triggered the request that he made. Was it money? And that sparked a thought in my mind that it may not have necessarily been money. If you're referring to the request that he made of the young woman, it may have been like a fantasy or something like that. You need to bow because the girl is black. I don't know if we said that. Did we say that the girl that he
Mm-hmm.
choked out, she appears to
Black woman.
be African American, she's black. And of course
Mm-hmm.
he's white. So I don't know if it was fantasy, if he felt like he just had control and dominion over her. I don't know what it was that triggered his ask or his command of her, basically, because that's what it was. But I guess we'll see it
I mean,
play out in the news.
he's
One of the
probably a
other
MAGA
things that
supporter.
the one of the other things that the sports reporters were saying and condemning the news for, all of the media outlets, is that this happened on Monday. Nobody made any mention of it. Everybody knew about it, and it just now surfaced on Wednesday in media outlets. So,
Come on.
Yeah, and
yeah,
that is the thing, Portia, is that I agree with, is the fact that give us that Ray Rice energy. Give us that Ray Rice, because once Ray Rice was found on video knocking out his wife or girlfriend at the time, he was subjected to incessant beatdowns on the media on every station. It was run around the clock. And so I need some of that energy in this situation, especially with the fact that he wanted up with the genuflect at his feet. So give me some of that energy. And Yeah, that's all I got to say. And I basically hold the national news media, sports media accountable because of the fact that they didn't report on it right away. They let this thing just linger before they reported it. It's like they didn't want to report it and they were forced to report it on Wednesday. Anyway, on to the next.
Hey,
Go ahead, Roman.
so now, Gene. Good morning, Gene. You know you worthy. You will. She said the teams know how many times this man go to the bathroom. The teams check everything before they sign you. The team should be held accountable. Thank you. They know. They know.
No, and
But
you're
go
right.
ahead,
And you're
man.
right. The NFL scouts and the NFL investigators, I'm wondering if they're ex-FBI agents or CIA agents, because that's how thorough these organizations scout and basically vet each player. So, yes, I agree with her on that method. They should have known about his interactions with everybody, including women, and this could have been prevented. So, now that I think about it, I might inch a little bit closer to Romeo's side in terms of holding the Seattle Seahawks accountable. But the problem is that you can't prove it. This is circumstantial evidence. We don't have any proof that they knew in advance of his interactions or his activities with women in the past. So, until you got to have
Right.
proof before you can levy any type of administrative action. Okay, on to the next subject. We will go. I don't know if we have time right now. Yes, Danny Lay. Let's go on to Danny Lay. Danny
Woo!
Lay.
I thought it was Danny
Uh,
Lee. It's not Danny Lee.
No,
that's why I
Y'all
it's
said
keep
Danny
late.
Lee.
calling her Danny
Danny
Lay.
Lee.
I
I don't
thought
know what you're talking about, Portia.
it's
It's
Lay.
Danny Lee. What you talking about? Anyway, I don't know what Portia's talking about. I'm
I
going to
think it's
keep
Danny
moving on. It's
Lee.
Danny Lee. Danny Lee, she came out with a
Hey,
song called Yellowbone, and that has caused so much controversy and so many headaches for this young lady. Basically, she said that she was just um, giving props to light skinned women. And first of all, most people said, well, to be light skinned, you have to be black, and which she is not. And she's one of those people again who emphasized in the beginning that she's Dominican Republic. She's not
She's not
black.
black.
She's from the
no.
Dominican Republic. She's born in Miami, and her parents are Dominican.
Y'all so petty.
So, but but basically, what's her name? Vivica A. Fox went on Queens with Cocktails
I
podcast
saw her.
and
Hmm.
on Fox Soul, and she absolutely drilled a hole into Danny Lee for saying that she was using her light skinnedness as a bat to batter and bash in um, her boyfriend, who is the baby ex girlfriend. So basically, the mother of the baby's kids is a dark skinned woman. His children are dark skinned, and he was just she was just being petty and saying that look, your husband, your boyfriend chose light skin, and so
Okay,
that's what
so
Vivica Fox was saying. But Lisa Ray disagreed.
hey,
Lisa Ray said that people like India Ari came out with the song called Brown Skin, and where everybody remember that song. That's a classic hit. And so Lisa Ray is saying,
okay,
why can somebody like India Ari can come out with something called Brown Skin, which is uplifting and extolling, darker hued people, mahogany hued people, and and then Danny Lee can't come out with something called Yellowbone. What is the problem?
did, did, did y'all hear the song? Did y'all hear the
Okay.
song?
I heard
Have y'all
some of
heard?
the. I couldn't listen to it. I heard
Okay,
some of
I heard
the
some.
chorus.
the
Talking
Yeah, I
about
heard
context,
some
how
of
right,
he
it.
want a yellow bone, whatever.
right.
Um,
The context of the
as an
song,
artist,
what Portia just said
go
is
ahead.
he want a yellow bone. He need a he basically he want a yellow bone. He need a yellow bone. A yellow bone is better. Okay, all right. Now she was with me, right? But I I did find the song uh offensive to women. And then the other part of it is
Black people, period.
for you to first of all, your PR team suck. Let's just start with that.
Suck.
Uh,
Terminate.
because for them to tell you to go make a statement, and right at the end of the statement, you say, "I got dark skinned friends. I my boyfriend dark skinned." That was stupid. Uh,
Yeah, because look what happened. Hey,
yeah,
look what happened with the Seattle Seahawks. Look what happened to that football player. He got a black girlfriend and he nearly killed her.
right. He got a black girlfriend. He know black people.
Right.
I
And
don't
so
And
know,
was
I
man.
shocked
just
that
thought
she
Go
was
ahead,
still
Portia.
alive.
and shocked that
No,
she was still
here's
alive.
my thing about artists. Yeah, he was shocked that she was still alive. Here's my thing about artists because y'all know I became a whole pop star in 2020. Okay. Um, Artists do and say what they want. Um, Artists are sensitive about their stuff. Like, we don't have to necessarily support it, but we can't censor what she says just because we don't like it. Like India already said, okay, brown skin. We're proud of our skin, brown or whatnot. Now, I didn't know that little tidbit that she wasn't black, but I thought Dominicans were considered black. Isn't that what y'all was
Uh,
saying on one of the
it's
other
just it's
shows?
just like yeah, just no. No, you're getting it wrong, Portia. Slow down and pump the brakes, and put your seatbelt on first. Here's the thing: Puerto Rico are partially black. Puerto Ricans. Some of the people in the Dominican Republic don't consider themselves black, and actually,
In Dominican, right next to Haiti.
Let me. Hold on.
yes,
Y'all.
Yeah, the Dominican is right next to Haiti. Aren't the people in Haiti black? Isn't it like
yes, the people,
an invisible line that's dividing the country? I don't get it.
yes,
Okay,
Oh
go
yes,
ahead.
Lord,
yes,
it's
and
not.
but there's a lot of talk, Portia. If you go ahead and Google the racial animus that's going on in Haiti and the Dominican Republic, you'll see that the Dominicans do not, first of all, don't consider themselves black, and then secondly, do not like Haitians, and that they are
Let me.
given there's a lot of hostility, and they are treated like second class citizens on that island, even though that island is made up of two countries. Oh yeah, there's a lot of hostility between those two people.
Let me throw something at you. The past, and I saw your comment, Nate, and Gerald, yours too, Cat. Let me ask you this: to Portia, not the King James. Portia, you consider yourself what?
I consider myself African American, black. I consider myself dark skinned.
Okay,
And she also said that she has
now
Indian in her blood.
Por,
I
Por,
do.
Portia,
Like, what
Portia
I gotta lie
only.
for?
I got a serious question now. Come on, now. Portia. Um, you consider yourself dark skinned, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Would you be offended if, since her boyfriend is dark skinned, would you be offended if he comes behind her and supports the song? Keep in mind, the
No.
song offended, and her argument is that her boyfriend is dark skinned. If the baby comes behind her and supports the song, are you upset as
No.
a dark skinned woman?
Why would I be upset? No, I'm not upset. Why would I be
Because the dark
upset?
skin because the dark skinned man validated the song.
It's okay. It's freedom of speech. Like, she can say what she
Okay.
want to say. We don't necessarily have to support it if we don't like it. I think people blowing it out of proportion.
Mm,
So she
Oh,
proud about being light skinned. She
no, no,
ain't,
no, 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 no. See,
pro white.
no,
I'm just
no. The problem,
saying. I don't get
no,
it.
the
I
problem.
promise you, I don't get it.
Okay, the problem that I have is that what Romy was talking about. If she said that in the lyrics, that light skin is better, then I got a problem with it. Yes, I got a problem
Did
because
she say
India.Arie
that?
came out.
Did she say light
yeah.
skin was better? I didn't know
Basically.
that piece of it. But so,
Okay,
basically
well,
Yeah,
or
basically.
literally? Is it basically or literally?
did
Did
she
she
say it
allude
actual
to it
words,
or is
Romeo?
she indefinitely
Because I couldn't
saying
listen.
it?
I
I'm
couldn't
gonna
even
pull
listen to
up
the
the
whole song.
lyrics. But
Pull
the
up
Okay,
the
lyrics
lyrics.
literally
Go ahead,
say
Mir, when you need
he
them.
want a yellow bone because yellow bones are better. That's literally the damn song.
oh,
I'll
but
pull
it,
up the lyrics.
when in portion, then I got to pull rank on you. That's highly objectionable. Okay, because
Wait a minute.
that's not a
What did the lyrics
celebration.
say? I
Basic,
missed it.
basically, you are uplifting yourself while denigrating another skin tone. That's the definition. That is the quintessential
Did
definition of
she put
colorism.
them down, or is it just alluding to the her putting them down? Did she put them down? Did she literally say light skin is better than dark
Por-
skin? Did she say that?
Portia must got an album coming out with her.
Yeah, I know. I
No,
mean,
because
I mean,
the way the
Okay.
Beehive came after her, I would never. I'm just
No,
Yellow.
You
yeah,
know, just
because
like
So
what
here's some of
portion?
the lyrics.
Okay, go ahead.
Yellow
Right, thank you.
bone, yellow bone. That's what he wants. Yellow bone. That's what he wants. Real bitch. Don't switch up because a yellow bone is what he wants. Um, those said said he need a lift, so he had to switch. Said he needed a lift, so he had to switch. Let me pick a rich bitch, a real itch, a yellow bone is what he wants.
Well, that's not saying better.
Listen,
Eh,
and nor did it say
eh.
over, or nor did it say. I mean, even in the lyric where she said he needed a switch, so he went to a rich bitch. Play it.
Yellow bonus, what he wants, what he wants. Yellow bonus, what he wants, what he wants, what he wants. Para Miguel se lo want, para
I can't
Miguel
exactly
what
see
I
it. Y'all
want.
hear it?
Yellow, what he wants, what he wants. Yellow bonus, what he wants, what he wants, what he wants. Para Miguel se lo want, para Miguel what I want. Said he need a lift, bitch, so he had to switch. Let me pick a rich bitch, work me out, fit.
Mm.
Can't hear you.
Say again.
Hold on. Why y'all not saying nothing? I'm trying to get the lawyer on. Give me a second.
Men know what they want. A thing, a thing. There you go. What up, Marcus? But I totally agree with y'all. Yellow bonus, what he want. Well, I guess that's what he want.
Keep talking, Romeo.
What up, Femi? Great show, guys. Keep up the good work. Good to see the King James. But it's her opinion. If you don't like it, don't download it. Hey, real talk. The song, but colorism is alive. Strong is just another way to cause division amongst any race and people. Kat said, "Listen, team, some black folks can't be saved. Just leave them on Yellowbone Road and keep it moving." Hey, Kit Kat, I love you. I like that one. I'm gonna tweet that one. Just leave them on Yellowbone Road. That's what it is. No, I agree. I don't know if it's a cross. I don't know if the world is too sensitive, or I don't know if the world just ain't right. Like, I will say, I've met her before. We've had conversation before. She's never came off as
A
that per
colorist,
se, but people can change and be in their own world. But I will
or they
say
just
that.
don't
Go
reveal
ahead.
it in casual conversations who they truly
They
are.
don't reveal it. I will agree with King James to this point. And then somebody actually said it earlier. The energy that they're putting behind this, man, this is the most wasted energy ever. Like, uh, G said, "I'm gonna write a song called Old Blind Man, and is what he want." And then everybody gonna get mad because she want old blind man. Look, man, she light skinned, she yellow bone.
Well,
Whether
okay, here's the problem that
whatever she identify herself with, it's what
here's
it
the problem
is.
that I have
Let's not
is the
pretend.
fact.
Let's not pretend that. Let me ask you this as a man. As a man, do
Uh
you
huh.
feel you've been over or underprivileged because of your skin tone? Honestly,
Okay, you're talking to me.
yeah.
Okay. Uh, from an honest perspective, I just don't look at it in those terms anymore. But I know what I was subjected to in high school. I know that dark skin was not valued in high school. I know people darker
Okay.
than me were called things like skillet, smoke meat,
Mm,
um, ape, dark skin. Oh, yeah. So, yes, you are treated differently based upon your skin tone. And I do believe what the first Vivian on The Fresh Prince of Bel Air said and
mm.
believes
Okay.
that there is discrimination against darker skinned black people. So, yes, there is a difference in how you are treated because of your skin tone. Because my own people, my school was 99% black, and the darker skinned people were called names associated. They were called names. They were denigrated and called negative names that had negative connotations, like smoke meat, skillet, mud. There was any number of names. So, yes, yes, I was treated differently.
Okay.
Now that I'm older, I don't allow anything to penetrate my exterior. I'm unassailable when it comes to in terms of colorism. But as a kid, when you don't know any better and you are mocked because of your skin tone, yes, so that does exist. Yes,
See, see, this
and
this is where the
whatever.
switch. This is where this is where we switch up at. Uh, I remember the era where chocolate was in. Everybody loved chocolate. Like your Lance Grosses, uh, the dude from
Oh, Wesley Snipes.
Insecure.
Wesley Snipes.
Uh, well that wasn't around me. I'm saying dude from Insecure. Like women love dark skinned chocolate dudes. So to me, it's just a preference, man. It's not even a big deal to me. Uh, uh, it's not a big deal at all. Light dog. Look, everybody black when the lights go out. How about that?
Okay, all I can do is tell you the experiences I saw that I had when I was in school and the experiences of the people, my classmates, and how they were treated because of their skin tone. So all I could go is go by my experience. So you may
Right.
dismiss it if you wish. It don't matter to me now. But all I know is that the
No,
truth is that people are treated differently because of their skin tone, and that there
no,
is
right.
prejudice
No,
in
it's not a
There is
dis.
prejudice in Hollywood. I will not dismiss the first Vivian. Now I'm calling her Vivian. I'm gonna look up her name. But when she says that dark-skinned black women are treated differently in Hollywood, I'm not going to automatically dismiss it because I didn't experience her pain. I'm not going to dismiss her.
Right. I'm not dismissing your experience or their experience. I'm saying the experience that I grew up in that didn't exist. It was reversed. That's all I'm saying. It was reversed. Dark skin, dark skinned men was in. That was the thing. Chocolate dudes.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to
Yes.
date a light skinned dude. That was just the thing around my time. So I'm
Yes.
not
Okay,
dismissing
y'all.
it.
Sorry
I'm just
about that.
saying it's subjective. It's subjective to people and it's subjective to time. I think it's a trend to be perfectly honest. Like color
That's sad.
colorism sometimes is a trend, right?
Yes, and that's sad in
It's
and of
like
itself.
It's a
yeah,
disease more so. Like I look at it
no,
as more so of a disease,
Trying to cut it.
because we
Gotta
don't
cut it.
necessarily.
Gotta
A
cut it.
lot of times we
Gotta
don't
cut it.
know that's what
Gotta
we're
cut it.
doing. We do have to cut it though. We got y'all heard the voice of God. He said, "Cut
Yes,
it."
thank you for finally listening. Thank you for listening, Portia. Thank you. Thank you.
I know. Plus, just
I wanted to
interrupt.
add my 2 cents. No, I wanted to add my 2 cents, but we do have our
You
guests
could
here,
come
and
back
y'all
and
know we
add
got
two
a tight
cents. We
show
gotta keep
today.
it rolling.
Man,
Y'all, y'all hear how
look,
he be talking to me?
all I see is a
Good
beautiful
morning.
black
Good
woman,
morning.
and this beautiful black woman,
Looking
regardless
regal.
of what color she is
Yes,
beautiful and
purple.
glowing. And I'm happy to see her this morning in my caramel complexion self. Now, doggone it.
That's
Good
colorism.
morning.
But go ahead.
Yes, welcome to the Rolling Out AM wake up call. We are not going to bring her into
Yes,
this argument. We're going
beautiful.
to begin with this interview. So, welcome to the Rolling Out AM wake
Yo,
up
good
call.
morning.
Joining.
Can
Now you can
I bring
continue,
you
So,
into the
Portia.
what?
conversation?
The
Oh,
producer
you
said we
talking to
could
me?
bring
Hello?
her into the conversation.
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
I mean,
I'm
I'm
here
just
for
listening
you.
to you. I'm here for
Let
you
me
guys.
let,
I'm
let
here
me
for
ask you this.
yeah.
Let me ask you this.
All right.
At what pivotal point, and I'm asking about men, uh,
Mhm.
uh, do you have a
We don't
preference
know
when
who
it
she
comes to
is
men?
yet,
Dark
Romeo.
skin or light skin?
You
No, I
gotta
want to
have her
ask. I want
introduce
to ask.
herself. Oh
No,
Lord. Okay.
I don't have a preference. I think I have a preference in energy.
I love
The
that
energy.
energy.
It's not
Mm.
about the complexion, and it's about the energy.
I I
Thank you.
I totally agree. Yes.
You agree with
So
me,
good
right?
morning.
Good
Absolutely.
morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the Rolling Out AM Wake Up Call with your host, Portia Monique, Romeo International, and the first King James. He just went off screen for a second. He'll be right back. But please introduce yourself to our audience, our family on Twitter, YouTube, as well as
Mhm.
Facebook, and your regal purple. I am loving that color on you.
Do you like it? Thank you.
I
Purple's
like
my
it.
yes. I love
Okay.
purple. My name is Nadesh Patel, and I'm an actress and filmmaker and producer, writer. I basically say I'm a creative light in motion. It depends what medium I like to play with in the season, and I just like to be creative and tell stories. Whether it's through acting, whether it's through dancing, whether it's through writing, whether it's through directing or producing. I just love to tell stories.
Oh, I love
That is
it. The storyteller.
yes, 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 yes.
Because
Why? I see you laughing. What's going on?
No,
he's trying to shoot
you said it's about energy, and I'm loving your energy. So I'm
energy.
just continue with the
Are you
energy.
loving my energy? Yeah, I mean, you guys were having a discussion about colorism, and I think we have to be careful in terms of participating into this division and the powers that be that created this division. And it's an energy thing that we also playing into when we start to talk about dark skin, light skin, or whatever skin in between. And I think energy is what I prefer. So it depends how that energy is packaged, whether you're light, whether you're dark. I'm more concerned about the energy that is presented to me. That's what I'm attracted
Right, but even
Okay,
in your industry,
to.
even
Yes.
even in your um as we go into to more about you, it's first sight from film from directors to actors to roles. You know, your first sight is your color outside of your talent. Is what this, and I'm pretty sure you as a director, what does this person look like on screen? What does this person How would this person portray this character on screen? So you have to you gotta attach a color to it in a way. But I'll let it go.
let it go. So
Um,
go ahead if you want to answer.
I think when
If
we're talking
not,
about this, I'm gonna chime in. I think we're talking about this because we are in a system of racism. So, uh, and we've had things that occurred to us, and the way you had the field slaves and the house slaves. So color do play into it. So if you're working on a film that's dealing with slavery, yes, skin color will play into it based on how you're casting and the nature of the role and the nature of the character. Now, yes, we've been infiltrated by colorism where there's correct, correct there's treatment for a particular color type and look type, you know. So
hmm
that's just the system that we're in. We can alleviate this if we alleviate the system. But we are in this system. So color matter, race matter, hair type matter, a whole bunch of things matter.
Mm.
That really doesn't matter. What it all does is just continues to create distraction and division.
Got it.
Hmm.
Got it.
Facebook is
Come on,
pushing
keep
in,
it.
chiming in. Princess Omega says, "Hey sis."
Oh, that's my.
Marcus May says, she said, "Hey sis." Marcus May says, "MLK pushed the movement so everyone can be as one." Nathan said, "What about colorblind casting? Tell them about colorblind casting." Um, and then D Shield, she had a comment about your energy comment. She said, "Match. That is my frequency on it. The persons who created colorism rejoice when they see our public battles on skin tone."
Yes.
So there we go. But let's get into you. Let's talk about you for a bit. Oh, you wanted to
Yes.
make another point. Go ahead. Go ahead. Okay.
No, no,
I
I'm good.
think there's a
Um,
delay.
I don't believe in colorblind because I think we see color and all colors are beautiful. You know, I think it's just
Hmm.
the agenda when it's specific to one specific skin, to one specific color. So I appreciate color. I see color. So it's important for us to appreciate the color, the various skin tones and differences. You know, that's not realistic to say we're colorblind when we're in a world that's filled with color.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Good
Now
answer.
let's get into you because we didn't took up a whole bunch of time talking about
I
this and
know.
we didn't get into you. So tell us about your journey into becoming an actress and producer. Which one was first? Which one do you enjoy more? That type of thing.
Well, my first artistic discipline is dance, and I was trained in dance,
Oh.
ballet, and modern, particularly modern. But I have parents who are from the Caribbean, from Haiti, so that's not a real goal in terms of
Oh.
wanting to be an artist. Yes, so it was fun. It
Hmm.
was a hobby. That's the way my mother looked at it, and it was your options were either you were a doctor, lawyer, a nurse, an engineer, but artist that's not real, you know? So
Hmm.
I went through the journey, went to college, and I majored in psychology, and I got a master's in psychology. And then I had a crossroad where I really, what you call the dark night of the quite depressed, not happy. And then it was an epiphany moment that I had in one of my psychology classes where we had to role play some of the psychological disorders that we were learning. And then the feedback I got
Wow.
was I should get an Oscar for my performance. And that
Hmm.
just hit a light bulb moment because I was not happy. I was there just to fulfill family's dreams, but my dreams. And then after I took my last exam in graduate school, I enrolled in acting school. I didn't go for dance because I also have the talent for acting. And in high school, you had to make a choice between one or two. You couldn't really participate in both because they both demanded your time. And then my journey began from there. I didn't even go the route of attaining a PhD in psychology. I went to acting school. I
Hmm.
kept it quiet for 2 years. I was performing in off Broadway theater, community theater. And then when I finally had the courage and the strength where I would not be persuaded to do something else. And then I invited my mother to my first performance, live performance in
How
theater.
did
And
that go?
it went
How did
well
that
because
go?
it was discussing the journey because I had to write
Hmm.
about one play I was in. It was a cast of 10 females, and we had to write our own stories. Normally, you're performing other uh, writers' stories, playwrights. So this time
Hmm.
around, we had to write our own personal stories. So I wrote something about is if if you're not attaining your dream, is that self execution, you know? And it discussed that journey of going one way and then having to be rerouted. And it took really having that dark moment to realize that wasn't what I was meant to do. So I got my master's. I mean, for my mom, folks who are in the Caribbean, you know, she would introduce me as a psychologist. I'm like, no, I'm not a psychologist. And then, of course, if I'm
Mom.
acting crazy, then she said, oh, she's just being an artist,
Uh-huh.
you know. So it by then I was courageous. By then I knew I would not be persuaded to do something else. I think it's more of a
Hmm.
disappointment with them because that's their dream. but it wasn't a
Mm,
disappointment for me. And at this point, she
yeah.
really sees it. Plus, I've been in the game for very, very long, and it's been accepted, and I believe my mother's proud at this point.
Oh, I'm sure she is very proud. I'm sure she is. Now before Romeo gets
Yeah.
into his question, Facebook was checking in and saying that you sound muffled. Or do you have something over your mic, or can you reposition your microphone?
Okay, can you hear me now?
If yes,
You sound
yes,
great.
yes, yes, that's better.
Okay,
Yes.
I guess I need to be closer. So that's how the journey began. And fast forward, I took a pregnant pause, and instead of coming back as just the actress, I started producing my own films starting in 2015. Three short films
Okay.
later, I've been to many film festivals and won awards. And so I'm not only the actress, but I'm also um, penning stories so that I can see myself and others in stories that we feel that speaks to our experiences, because a lot of times the stories are not written by us and they're very linear.
Yeah, yeah. And I
Hmm.
think when you come at it from the from being the way that you did it, your journey from being an actor to moving to a producer, you can see different things that producers who may not have been actors first can't see, So I think that was a great
Yeah,
thing.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Romeo.
think it was an awesome thing for us and mom when we go visit her. But check this out. I do have a question about you as the director, right?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Um, because I'm currently filming right now, but I found a
Okay.
passion in uh creating as well, and I've noticed
Hmm.
that since the whole concept of theater went away, right? And it's more streaming series or television, and people have the different directors and producers and creators like yourself have literally a world full of platforms to present their work in. uh like I actually found a passion in creating like IGTV landscape, like quick engagement form type of quick films.
Okay.
What do you as a director, what do you think of the state of film right now? Like, because people have, technically right now there's nothing stopping you from presenting your project and having the world see it, because big theater just used to be the thing now. What are your
Hmm.
thoughts?
I think now the power is moving into the hands of the creators. And as long as you have an iPhone, you can shoot a full film. I think if things are being revolutionized, so as a creator and as a director, there's no excuse. You have an iPhone, you have lights, you have mic, you can shoot a story. And right now, the world is contained, right? So what's stopping you from being creative? You're not having to rush to get to work. Your work is at home for the majority
Right.
of us.
Right.
So you're cutting into travel time. So there's the opportunity to create a lot of stories right now, opportunities to really tap within and tell your story and not allow that story
Right.
to be in the hands of someone who knows nothing about
Because
I
it.
the
love
So
one thing that
that.
I found, hold on, I'm talking to us.
We
The one
gotta
thing that
cut
I
it short
found,
though in a second. She keeps going in
mhm,
the
and
one
out,
thing that I
sounding
found
muffled. Okay,
interesting
Chris.
when it comes to the
I'm going in
business
and
part
out.
of it,
Okay.
you,
Say it
you
again.
sound fine to
Go
me.
ahead.
You sound
That
fine to me.
Okay.
Uh,
no pun intended, I'm
but
sure.
but the one thing that I found interesting on the business end, right? Because I've really been paying attention, is that now everybody was wondering why their film numbers are going up. Whether it's placed on HBO Max or Netflix, you're getting 12 billion views in a weekend, and you're surprised. but people have become comfortable with home. People have become comfortable with family engagements where, hey, we all as a family, we can sit in front of on the couch and watch this film, and I don't have to go out and spend the extra $70, $100. Do you see the film industry coming back the same? If
No,
the world opens up, okay, no,
I don't think anything's coming back the same. I think that's the mistake we're making because we're expecting to step into something that's the same. Um, a lot of innovative stuff is going to come out of it, just like you said. Now, what's the use of going to a theater? I don't think that will go away because people do love to go out and just be outside the home. But I think right now something is being birthed. A lot of stuff is, as you know, streaming is high. People are home, are having more
Mm-hmm.
time for family. So I believe that there's going to be innovative ways of doing things and maybe not as costly because now you're forced to be innovative. As when you go on
Yeah.
commercial auditions, your audition, a lot of your auditions are happening through self tape, and a lot of it is happening
Mm-hmm.
through what we're doing right now. So you're as the actor have to film yourself for this commercial,
Yeah.
right? Because no,
Yeah.
because we have to figure out how to do it with the restrictions and the safety because of safety concerns.
Yeah.
So I feel like when we go back, actors are really going to have to learn how to film, right? And learn
Mm-hmm.
how to direct, right? And then people
Mm-hmm.
who didn't know, such as yourself, you said like you're going into directing, you're sharpening another skill set that you might not even know you have. And I feel like it's not going to be is really destroying the gatekeepers. There are a lot of
mm,
Yeah.
creatives able to get in the door because of the gatekeepers. The gatekeepers are gone,
mm,
um, and it's
Mm-hmm.
opening a door for the opportunity for those who are passionate about this film or a film or wanting to be creative, whatever it is, that door is open without the limitation
Yeah.
of the gatekeepers or the circles or the bloodlines or in order
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
get in the door. So now the door is open, is who wants it at this point. Before the door was
Yeah.
closed, many wanted it but couldn't get in the door. So I
I'm
feel
glad you
that's
Yeah.
the
said that. The
yes,
gatekeepers. You're absolutely
Okay.
right.
Yeah. Yeah. The barriers to entry are a lot lower than what they were before.
a
But
lot.
unfortunately, we gotta go. I wanted to talk to you, but Romeo just completely dominated all my
Right.
time. Um.
Yes,
But we do have
Romeo.
to go.
It's okay.
People were chiming in for Facebook. JoJo said, "So happy to be a part of your journey. Island Girls Rock."
Oh,
Nathan had
hey,
a quick
girl.
question. Nathan had a quick question about how do you feel about ad libbing on a script that you wrote? Do you support it or not? And Nathan said he wants to write a story and go indie. So you're inspiring a lot of people. Thank you so much for that. Where can we find you and follow your movement?
You can find me on all social media platform, majority of the social platform on Nadej Fatah. And my name is spelled Nadhege and Patah, Ptah. And you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn,
Look
and
at that.
Facebook. Follow me. And yes, and don't ever deny yourself or someone having to tell you you need to have X, Y, and Z to be the creative. If that's something you're passionate about, claim it and you shall be it. And just follow the path and be disciplined about learning the craft.
Thank you so
Right?
much for coming on and
I
sharing
agree.
your time with us today. Romeo, he already sent your friend request, so I'm sure as soon as you hang
I
up,
would
you'll
say,
see
would
all
say,
10 of them.
All right, Romeo.
So thank you again, Nadej, and
Thank you so
we'll
much.
have to follow your movement and see what you got going on in 2021. So thanks again.
Please.
Take care and have a wonderful day.
And thank you so much for having me.
Yes, thank
bye.
you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Oh
Oh,
Lord,
says
G.
y'all.
We don't have a lot of time. Let's bring on our lawyer. Jay Wendell Gordon is here. She was an excellent interview. I loved her, even though I couldn't get a question in edgewise, Romeo. I don't know why producer TJ just didn't drop me and have Romeo do the interview because I was just sitting there.
He thought he was
Anyway,
Steph Curry.
we
He was shooting winners.
Hey, you see
hey
what they do with
lawyer,
brothers who shoot
lawyer,
they shot, brother? You see how they treat a brother
still
who's shooting his
I
shot?
saw you working now. I saw you putting in that
Thank
work.
you.
Uh-huh. Game
Yeah.
recognized.
Talk to my lawyer. My lawyer saw me. I ain't caused no lawyer problems. Tell him, lawyer.
No, you ain't caused any problems as far as I saw.
he ain't causing no problem.
I enjoyed the
Good
conversation, to
morning,
be
good
honest.
morning.
Good morning. How are
Yeah,
you?
she was wonderful.
What is?
Wonderful. Thank you again for stopping back by the Rolling Out AM Wake Up Call with your host, Portia Monique, the first King James and Romeo International. We have the warrior lawyer in the virtual building again, Jay Wendell Gordon. What's going on? It's 2021. What's
What's
going
going
on?
on, Miss Portia? How are you all? Romeo and the rest of the crew.
We're
How are
well.
you all?
Hey
What's
man,
happening,
it's
brother? What's
Thursday.
Yeah,
cracking?
we're doing well.
Good. Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
So, it's a new year. We got
Yeah.
new administration in office, 8 days
Yep.
in. But we cannot ignore what happened on January 6th with the insurrection. We want to know what
Oh,
in the
wow.
heck can be done for these people that breached the Capitol. Every time I think about it, I just shake my head because they breached the Capitol. No, they broke in. No, they were rioters. No, they were terrorists. All of that. So, what should be done? We were actually having a conversation about that. I think it was a couple of days ago, and we were saying a blanket sentence of 20 years should be given to all of them, maximum.
Yeah.
But we weren't lawyers, so we didn't know if something like that was possible. Let us know.
Well, back in the day, way back in the day, what they used to do to traders is they line them up, they shoot them, they put them in the gallows, they hang them, decapitate them, and all these things they used to do back in the day. But now we live in a more civilized society, so that's not the way we dole out punishment for these types of offenses. But they have some very cozy rooms at many these federal facilities that can hold them for many, many years. And then, when you do Fed time, you do about 8% of it. Now, what I'm most disheartened, disquieted, mad, angry about is that I'm not seeing the types of charges that I would expect to see from individuals who try to overthrow a government, particularly the American government. I'm looking for sedition charges, treason. I'm looking for at least give me rioting. I mean, that's a common law charge that carries a life sentence. So at least give me rioting. Don't tell me breaking and entering into a federal building without permission and taking. I mean, what kind of mess is that? So I was I'm still angry about it. And to be honest, every time I talk, I probably lose friends and start talking over people because I'm just so emotional about what happened. And I do not feel as though they're going to be prosecuted to the full extent of the law because, quite frankly, they're the wrong skin color. All these laws were really made for us. They're made to punish us, and they figure out some way to get around these very serious crimes and have empathy and sympathy for the offender because they don't have the right skin color. We know if it was us, they'd throw us, they would have shot us all and threw us in the reflection pond. You know what I mean? In the reflection pool, right there on site. You know what I mean? But we got to hold tight. We have to make sure that our government does what we want it to do. So in addition to voting, government is not a spectator sport. You have to be involved. You have to be vigilant, and you have to participate. Let's write these letters. Let's call our Congress people. Let's write the president, because this is a letter that needs to go directly to the president and the Department of Justice to let them know that we're not as forgiving as Abraham Lincoln was to the Confederates. We want direct consequences because our country looked feckless that day. We looked weak. We looked feckless. We looked like our police officers looked like the Keystone Cops. I mean, it was bad. And I'm still upset about it. Every time I talk about it, I get upset.
Okay,
Why
so in
you
your
Hey,
opinion,
laughing,
I'm hollering.
so in your opinion, this is no doubt a coup d'etat, without
Most
question.
definitely, it was a coup. I mean, we were counting the votes from the electoral college. We were in the procedure of transitioning power from one administration to another. They wanted to overthrow that process, and yes, and they were successful because at least temporarily they were successful. They barged or stormed the Capitol. They had everyone in fear. This was a terrorist act, and they should be treated as terrorists. They're domestic terrorists, and we took an oath. Many of those took an oath to defend the Constitution against foreign and domestic terrorists. Well, look, you got a whole slew
Let's
of
go.
domestic terrorists. I expect to see them get taken care of, dealt with, as they say
Okay,
in our.
yeah,
You got to be on
but
the
what I
other
wanted to
side.
know,
I need you in that courtroom. I can see it now. Jail, jail, jail. You let me ask you this though. A lot of people are saying that depending on how the government reacts, does it cause a bigger division in the United States? Like they're going to charge those people, right? And they and however they go to the feds and they get a brand new apartment or whatever, some Weinstein type stuff, cool. But the question that keeps coming up that I see on CNN is, if they charge these people, does it cause a bigger divide because they weren't shown leniency because of what was presented by the former president? If like they get charged, but the former president doesn't get charged, does that cause a divide?
I think it causes a bigger divide if they don't get tried, if they are shown
right,
leniency, if we do go soft view on them. I mean, we have to really defend our republic. You know what I mean? We have to defend our nation. This was an attack, a coup d'etat, as you indicated, on our republic. And we need to send a very strong and clarion message that this type of conduct will not be tolerated in our country. This is my country, okay? Maryland is my state. The United States is my country. Baltimore City, my city. Okay, I'm a stakeholder, and I'm talking all out. I'm still mad about it. You can tell. I'm still mad. I'm
Absolutely.
still mad about it. And I want to see something done about it. And you say 20 years across the board. Well, you know, I'm a lawyer too, so I don't think this should be blanket sentences. But if there's a mandatory minimum that they used to use on us, and 20 years was it, I would not
Everybody get
protest too much. I would not
Everybody
protest
get
too
it.
much. But I do think
okay,
people.
Eh,
I do think
no, I
people
was
should.
oh, sorry to interrupt, but I wanted to know how can they
We got
justify
guests, Terry.
keep, okay, I'm sorry, okay, we got to cut it off. All right,
No, you're good.
No, he
Oh,
wanted to finish his point. Let him finish his point. Go
I
ahead,
love
Jay
you all.
Wendell.
I
You
love
good.
you all. I love the energy of this show. I love coming on this show every time. And don't forget the What About Me documentary by Taru Brooks. I just got to throw that in before y'all let me off the air. What About Me is airing during Black History Month. It's a celebration of Black men. I
Yeah,
love y'all.
I like to rule,
oh,
man.
okay, so
We
Hey,
got
man,
2
you my
minutes for
lawyer.
your question,
You my
Terry.
lawyer.
Yeah, we got 2 minutes for
yeah,
your
yeah,
question, Terry.
yeah.
And
Oh, we got
Romeo,
okay.
be
Okay,
quiet
yeah,
and let you ask your question.
yeah, I just wanted to ask because right now they're denying bail to one of the insurrectionists, the seditionists. His name is Emmanuel Jackson, and he's kept in prison
And he
or in
black.
jail. And and the others who are white, a lot of them have been released. They've been gotten bond. What is the justification for keeping Emmanuel Jackson, the guy who was seen beating a cop with a metal bat, metal bat? What is the justification keeping him in? But you
He was
released
beating the
some of
cop.
the others who busted into, Nancy Pelosi's office. Some who sprayed feces on the wall,
Come on,
and I
man.
don't understand that part. How do you have feces? What did you carry it in there? So how do those people get let go?
Well, Romeo says that because he was beating the cop, he doesn't necessarily deserve bail. But I'm looking at the Nancy Pelosi computer theft and how that places the entire country in jeopardy. And to have her return to the community and home to her mom, I think that's repugnant and repulsive. In terms of Emmanuel, he's got a great lawyer. I know his lawyer. Her name is Brandy Harden. She's out of D.C. Serious sister, man. She can go blow to blow. So whereas before I was on the same train, get him, I don't care what color he is, treat him the same. But when I saw Brandy Harden on the case, I said, well, let me sit back and let me see what's going on. Let me see how they put this together. And then I'm already hearing that he has some mental health challenges, with his constitution. So I'm gonna sit back and rest on that. I do believe that, because everybody else was given bail, he should get bail too. Where is he? He lives in Maryland. I mean, come on.
Well,
His contract right
look, you're my lawyer. I just want to let you know I'll send my deposit. You my lawyer. But what I'm saying is, I think there's a difference between when people saw the action and then people saw what was happening. We saw, these people are storming the Capitol, right? But the action of the dude breaking in the door, the action of the lady who's climbing through the window, and the action of him hitting that police officer, I think that actually turned it up a notch because people could actually see it physically happening.
Well,
if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It does, and you raise a very valid concerns, but let's be clear: bail is not to punish someone. Pretrial detention is not for punishment. It's to ensure that you will appear in court. To make sure you definitely want to make sure you're not at risk of public safety, but you also want to make sure that he appears in court. What information or evidence did they have that he's a flight risk? If he's not a flight risk, if he's not a danger to himself or others, and I know what we saw on television, but let's look at his criminal history. If he doesn't have that, and he's got, significant contacts to the D.C. metropolitan area, the DMV, then, let him have bail like you did everybody else, because his crime is not going to be the worst we hear of, but I'm sure he'll be blamed for everything that happened down there in the Capitol. He'll be the one who let everybody in the door.
He was leading the effort, right?
Right.
He was the mastermind behind it.
Right. He started the group. He was a leader of the party.
He gonna get the 20 years. Everybody else gonna get 6 months.
Right.
So,
Well, we gotta wrap. We gotta bring you back so that our people on Facebook can get their questions answered too, because they were going in. Apologies about the technical difficulties earlier, but we definitely gotta have you back. So
I'll be happy to come back.
You back.
Y'all check out What About Me, the documentary. Yeah. I know I ain't supposed to do it, but y'all ain't cut my mic yet. So What About Me, the documentary airs next month.
No, definitely.
January 28th. And y'all check your local list. It's a document celebrating Black men. Love y'all. All right. Y'all have a great day.
Y'all heard what my lawyer said. Check out the documentary.
He said he's your lawyer, but check out the money yet. Did you get a check yet?
Hey, brother. Hey, we look. See,
he got his
just
check.
like a black man. Don't do that.
Hey y'all. Hey,
don't do that.
Y'all. Look at that.
Hi. Oh my goodness.
Hey, good morning. What's up, cousin?
Good morning.
Hey.
What's
Hey,
happening?
Hey, rolling out bag. What's up?
What's up, y'all? Good morning.
Hey, what's happening?
us.
Thank you for coming on. We have some very distinguished guests from the new hit show Bigger on BET Plus. We have Tanisha Long, Philly in the building, West Philly. What's
That's
up?
right. Hey.
And we got Tristan Winger from South Central LA. They don't call us South
What's
Central
up,
anymore. But what? But for today, I'm saying South Central in the building, and
Yes,
Tanisha's playing Lane, and Tristan's playing Vince. Welcome to Rolling Out Aiken's Wake Up Call. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, so talk to us about, along with my guest, Portia. Portia, she's from Detroit, so, and then
he didn't want to introduce me, y'all. It's fine.
Oh, hey, Portia girl. We see you.
Hey, girl.
What up, Portia?
Thank you.
And then we have
Am I on
Romeo.
a delay?
Yes, there is a delay. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sorry. I was like, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm like, this is weird. Okay.
All right. But we just wanted to talk about, this hit show. And why don't y'all go ahead and introduce yourselves to the audience and talk about this show and what attracted you to this show, because it's a very, very provocative premise that you guys are operating off of.
Okay. I'm Tanisha Long. I play Lane Roberts. Throughout the series, we kind of see Lane, without me spoiling the show, engage in a lot of tomfoolery and shenanigans because she's unsure of what choices she should make in life. I was really attracted to the script when I got it because it was very provocative. I got it at a time where I was auditioning for a lot of things that I necessarily didn't think I wanted to portray as a Black woman. It was a lot of like Black women in pain and a lot of trauma. And I don't think like telling stories about Black trauma are bad. Me personally, I don't really want to well, at that time, I didn't want to play women that were being like beat up and other terrible things being done to them just because they're Black. So I didn't feel like it. And I got this, and it was just like, cool. It's like any other comedy where you have a young female lead who's just trying to figure out her life. And I was like, yeah, Black girls get to do that too. We just get to be like, I don't know what's going on. I'm a mess. And she's very quirky, and she's very similar to me in certain ways. In certain ways, she's not. I am not her. I'll say that, so don't curse me out after you watch the whole series. But yeah, that's my stings on it.
That's what's up.
It looks very, very, very interesting. I did get a chance to look at the trailer, and I think people are in for a treat. But we'll let you go ahead and go.
Yes, can the brother introduce himself? Go ahead.
Tristan, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Thank you so much.
The trailer.
Yeah. Sorry about Portia, but go ahead, bro.
Oh,
Yeah, that's how we get treated, Tristan.
Fine. Portia has a time.
Nah,
We all good. What's up, y'all? Tristan,
Tristan, we get abused over here, Tristan.
What's up?
We get abused over here, Tristan. We get abused over here.
Go ahead,
I'm
Tristan.
sure y'all can handle it.
Go ahead, Tristan.
What's up, y'all?
Right.
Tristan J. Winger. I play Vince Carpenter on the show. Vince's story is very fun to me. He's a DJ, but he's like a quote-unquote old-school DJ. Like, he's stuck in the early 2000s, so there's lots of velour with Vince on the show. There's a big old 3XL velour tops and bottoms. There's a 5XL tall white tees. He's carrying the crates inside the club when everybody else, they showing up to an audition to DJ with their laptops and with their flash drives.
That's right, Vince.
Okay, and so we're gonna have to see Vince over the course of the season decide if he wants to compete. He's gonna have to let go of the vinyl and the velour and get him some, get some clothes that are a little bit more fitted and digitize his music. So we're gonna see what happens.
Okay.
No, Vince, hold on to who you are.
But before we begin, before we continue, we're going to let Portia ask the question. In the last segment, she was kind of left out. So, Portia, please, the floor is yours.
Y'all always do me like that. No, I want to go to the trailer so everybody can see what this new show is about. I am really excited about it. We actually played the trailer on the wind-up on last Sunday at 8 p.m., the show that we do with myself and 3 other hosts. So I watched the trailer, and I'm excited for it. It actually comes out today, or did it come out yesterday, the 27th?
Last night was the network TV premiere.
Okay.
So every Wednesday at 10:30, you can catch it.
Okay, let's go to this trailer so we can see what we're talking about. Bigger. We can't hear it, TJ.
You gotta run it back.
Okay.
Yep, run it back.
I think it's on mute.
Run that back.
Yeah, run that.
These loud, ignorant Black people are my best friends from college.
As an influencer, I'm in control. How am I supposed to know that you can develop allergies at 35?
Do you think the white entitled assholes at my job know more than me?
I got my little late night dude who comes by.
You can't be in my bed and in your feelings.
I don't see what's wrong with what I'm wearing. This shit name brand.
Names we care about?
To the ride or die fight.
I'm here too.
We see you, baby. For the last year, I've been seeing someone. Excuse me while I fake it. We are getting married.
Marital sex won't knock your 4th vertebrae out of alignment.
Wow.
I'm gonna need a bigger brush.
Okay.
It's so big.
Almost obscene.
What?
Oh.
Well, dang.
Wow.
Well,
I've
dang.
never seen that trailer.
We get
That's very
objectified.
spicy.
Me either. That's a beautiful trailer.
It's a really good trailer. That's like the 5th version. I love it.
Hey, look at Portia's face.
Yeah. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Portia girl.
You know what?
Girl.
You know what, Tristan?
Turn on the air conditioner.
Hold on.
Man.
You know what, Tristan? I'm on Tristan's side now. I don't know how I feel about us men being objectified in film,
God,
Tristan. I don't know how I feel about this.
Don't do this.
You know
Don't
what?
do
To be
this.
completely honest, it's about time. You know what? I'm here to be objectified. Use me.
He said objectify me.
Use him, girls. He said, use him, girls. Get at him.
Let's go.
He said, use my body.
No, what about the trailer is that what I liked about it is that it shows has some unique addition to it that we haven't seen on television before. Is that one of the things that makes it exciting for you guys to go to work every day? Is that you're going to do something that hasn't been done? It's not rehashed, just like what she was talking about in terms of women being treated like victims. No, that's not all that Black women are about. So are those some of the things that really make it exciting to go to work every day?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
it's also cool because I don't think our show is like any other show on TV. I really don't. I'm not saying that just because we're on it. Like it's very, very different. Like when you watch it, you'll be like, wait, what did I just watch? It is very raunchy, but it's also really smart. It has a lot of heart. The characters are all lovable. I know, right? Exactly. We love raunchy. They're fully realized. It has like a little bit of everything for everybody. There's some other really big things in there.
No pun intended.
See. She went there, bruh. She went there.
I know it's like early in the morning,
but I mean,
that's part of waking up.
Nisha like going to work.
No, I don't go to work for that. I get that at home.
Oh, she said, let's be clear. I get that at home. But so Facebook is chiming in. Iris Baker said that's a very good show. So if you haven't seen it, you need to watch it. D Shield said the next Insecure fix. It's on time indeed. And that was something that came to my mind as well, because of course the Insecure series is it's ending after its fifth season, and so this one is coming up right behind it, right on time, and I think it is kind of giving us an Insecure fix. Do you guys get that similarity reference a lot, or have you heard that before?
Tristan's on Insecure. I'm pointing. He's over there. He's over there on my computer. Tristan's always. He's on Insecure.
Yeah,
friend.
Insecure. He is
the Crip guy. You talking bees.
He's a blood, but I forgive you, Portia. He's a blood, but Tristan doesn't have any gang affiliations, but
Thug Yoda got some. Thug Yoda got some associations that
he got some.
Not associations. Not associations.
Yes.
Associations, yeah.
But yeah, to answer the question, there are a lot of comparisons to Insecure, which is super.
Well, you are an alumni.
Because, yeah. I mean, I'm on the show, but I'm also a fan of the show and a fan of Issa Rae's work. Just putting on for my city. Like I'm from South Central LA. I still live in South Central LA. This is my South Central LA house. And so I appreciate the comparisons. Like we're still seeing a group of Black friends on television, and especially with this kind of TV show. When's the last time you seen Black people in animation where they weren't turning into a frog or a ghost?
Right. Speak on it.
I love those movies.
Right. Oh, okay.
But we can have the quirkiness of animation of like a Who Framed Roger Rabbit mixed with an Insecure. So like that's the comparison that I love. Like it's everything that I love all in one place, and it's got me in it, so I especially love it.
Right. I'm about to get in trouble.
Question. Romeo asks one question. That's it.
All right, I'm about to get in trouble. But Insecure, I love this show, and I don't think y'all have a comparison because one, for me, it's relatable. As a I'm relatable to it. Two, I love watching it because I know what to expect. I really have no clue what's gonna happen from scene to scene, and then what you guys in the cast bring across to the screen, like it's like an apple I can bite into. So I wouldn't put y'all next to nobody. I love what Will Packer done. That's my dude. Like I love the fact that y'all created something that relates to now, like right now, and I appreciate that. So, I ain't putting y'all next to nobody.
That is so incredibly flattering. Yeah. Like, wow, thank you. That's really
so tell me,
like,
I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, what exactly? I wanted to know what do you guys? What is a reasonable expectation of what you hope fans will get out of this show? Because I'm really excited to watch this.
Themselves. I just really hope people see themselves and their friends and their family, like honestly and truthfully portrayed on TV, not like some hyper goody two shoes respectability version of Black people, but like a full breadth of Black people. That's what we were going for. Oh, sorry, Tristan.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, all good. Never apologize for taking up space. We to Tanisha's
Yeah, because
point,
Portia doesn't
like
apologize.
definitely needs to be cut Portia some slack. These are
I'm
definitely fully
listening. Girl,
realized, actualized.
listen, Tristan. I ain't listening to her. Go ahead.
These are full real people. We want the audience to see themselves absolutely and not see a caricature, right? Like so these are people in their early 30s who are in their career, in the midst of their career. They've done everything right. They went to college, they graduated, now they're in their careers and they're like, okay, so this should be it. But then they're realizing, okay, maybe this isn't it with my career. Maybe this isn't it with my love life. Maybe there's something better than this. I'm not doing exactly what I love, so maybe I need to go after that. So I'm hoping that our audiences will be able to relate to that part where it's like, you know what? I am working this job at this cubicle. I'm making such and such dollars every year, annually, and I'm not happy. What is it that's going to make me happy? It can't be a dollar amount. It's got to be much more than that. There's a bigger picture.
Yes. And that's what I empathize with the show so much, because it showed exactly what I was feeling at that same time in my life. So, but Portia, go ahead with your question.
Tristan just made a
refrain
PowerPoint
from being so sarcastic. But I'll let Romeo go because I'm not gonna be that sarcastic. Go ahead, Romeo.
You can, you can because I can. You can because I can.
You talking about?
I can defend myself.
Hey, man,
I can.
I'm trying.
You can, but you.
I'm trying to have
that was the same thing that
I'm trying to have a brother moment.
way back in my career when about
Trying.
50 years ago. That's all I'm saying.
That's
I'm
right,
trying to have
Portia.
a black
That's
brother
right, Portia.
moment.
Let him know. Let him know, sis. Don't let him treat you like this on the show.
Okay.
No,
Go ahead, Romeo. I'm trying to be nice.
Tanisha, I thought we was a
Go
team.
ahead,
I thought we
Romeo.
was a team. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Don't
because
take
y'all
it.
jumping on her. Wait, she over there. Y'all jumping on her.
Yes,
Y'all
girl,
jumping
yes.
on her.
I don't understand. They do me like that all the time, girl. Whenever they together, that's how they do me. You did the same last week. But go ahead, Romeo, because we don't have a lot of time.
I was
the
trying
at 10.
to have a brother moment with Tristan because he just made a powerful point.
Absolutely.
His last statement was with the cast. What was the statement you made about the money part?
Yeah, happiness isn't necessarily a dollar figure. There has to be something more than that. Just because you attain a certain amount of money, it's like, is that thing gonna make you happy? Because that just gives you some freedom. But like, what is making that money? What are you gonna do with that? So there's a bigger picture.
And the point I was trying to get to was that statement right there holds a lot of weight till 2020 because a lot of people realize in real life money don't mean a damn thing, to be perfectly honest right now. It literally was about family, friends, but it was about family, friends, and community, and that held more weight. And I'm glad you made that statement. See, I was trying to have a political moment in my life, but clearly I can't do that.
Intellectual moment. We understand.
See what I deal with. No, never mind.
I can't wait to see
I
this
appreciate
show.
it.
I'm hoping I can binge watch it because it just looks like it's a refreshing show, right? So I like to just sit and watch all my shows of the day. So hopefully I can binge watch it. If not, I'm going to be on the cliff for every week to see it because, like I said, it is refreshing. And the older I get, the more that I can identify with shows like this because we really don't realize it, but Friends are kind of like the spice of life, right? Don't do that. So, so friends really are the spice of life. And if you have a group of friends that you can, ride with, vibe with, kick it with, have fun with, like you guys are depicting on the show, then then kudos to you because that is something definitely difficult to come by the older you get.
Oh, Portia, I will say this: if you can't binge, oh my God, you would not you dragging him. But you will though anyway. If you can't watch it on BET or you won't be able to, or if you want to see the TVMA unedited grown-up version, you can watch it on the
Oh.
BET Plus app. So those episodes are longer and they have more things in them. I won't get into detail that are not in the broadcast
More
version.
things.
More thangy things.
Dang, big.
All the things. All
No,
the
I
things
watch
that
the
are
edited version.
on like
Oh, the-
HBO.
So
No. I watch the edited version. No, thank you.
No, I'm definitely gonna watch the MA version because I do have the app on my TV and my phone. So, thank you.
She said,
No.
"I'll go watch that right now."
Yeah. What I wanted to ask you guys, in addition to what you're doing now, like Tanisha, you're a writer and a comedian, and and both of you do some writing, and,
Yes, sir.
and you're into music. You're into music, Tristan. So I wanted to know some of the other things that you're looking to get into moving forward from today, in addition to what you're doing today. Tanisha, go first. Even though I don't like you, even though I don't like you no more, because you're taking up the portion, but go ahead.
I gotta take a proportion.
Girl
I'm the
power.
only girl here. I'm sorry. I
Girl
gotta
power.
look
Thank
out
you,
for my
Tanisha.
Wait, sis.
Yes.
Anyway, I'm writing some stuff. I'm writing a feature. I'm writing a series, and then we're gonna start pitching it about. But I don't want to spoil anything. But it's stuff that like I'm really excited about that I've never seen Black women enter the arena of on TV. So it'll be something you've never seen before if it gets sold. So we'll see.
Sounds wonderful.
I think I know what it is.
Oh, I bet you know what it is.
Don't tell on us.
Yeah, if you look at
You know
Tanisha's
exactly what it
timeline, you know what that is. But
Okay, we gonna find out.
Absolutely,
You
now
gave
is
us
the
a
time
hint.
more than ever to create the content you want to see. And there's so many avenues to see that. Like there's BT
There's no
Plus, there's
excuses
Hulu,
now.
there's da-da-da-da-da. There are hundreds of channels, there are hundreds of avenues for us to get our content out there. And now more than
There's no
ever,
excuses.
all of these places need content. They all need content. They all need it. Paramount, all these places need content. So what I'm working on specifically is my story about how I grew up and how I became, how I became a man. And it also includes music because that's very important to me. And then outside of that, one of the things that I plan on doing in the near future is I want to direct music videos. It's something that I've always loved. I love that form of storytelling, short form storytelling. That will be part of my show that I'm writing as well. So,
yes, we need some storytelling back in music videos because it's much more to the game than just women in string bikinis. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand the lack of imagination and creativity in music videos today. It's just ridiculous.
We had it in the 90s. The 90s were like an era.
In the 2000s, we had them.
Yeah.
A little narrative.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to bring
First
it back.
of all,
We need to bring it
ain't
back.
nothing wrong with City Girls. Stop that.
I love them. Hey, look, I love all of them.
Period.
The City Girls, the Megs, on period. Period.
Have you not seen the Busted Challenge? Have you not seen the Busted Challenge? That is a challenge.
Look, I don't have anything to bust, so I can't get with it, you know? It's not really back there like that.
Oh, okay, yeah, because Jordan Woods won, by the way. She won. Jordan Woods got that.
You are so
But anyway.
Somebody.
Chloe Haley. Chloe, what's the girl name? Chloe and Haley.
Isn't she like a child? What do you mean? She's a child?
She's
23.
But
yeah.
You know.
But anyway,
Tristan said, I ain't got nothing to say on that. But I ain't got nothing to say on
okay, let's return back to the show. Before we let you guys go, and thank you so much for coming on. I had so much fun.
You guys are so much fun.
Thank you, guys.
Yes. What can people expect moving forward on this season without giving too much away? Like, what are some of the travails and foibles that you guys are going to go through? Because what I love about this show is that it's so identifiable in that people, even though you're making the money or you have this prestigious job, and on the exterior you're successful, but you're empty on the inside, and you try to fill it in so many different ways. What are some of the foibles that you're going to go through?
Lane is just going to be irresponsible. I'll say that. Whenever you're like, Lane, don't do that, she's doing it. She's doing it into the max.
you
So
know,
that's that.
Vince over, yeah, Vince over the course of the season, he's gonna run into some challenges, and he's going to challenge himself. And I'm trying to say this in a way that's not going to spoil anything, but
No, don't tell us. Don't
compared
tell us.
to everybody else on the show, you'll see a stark difference, and that's the best way I can put it without spoiling exactly what happens. But
Okay.
Vince is going to challenge himself. Everybody's going to be challenged, but I think Vince, you'll be able to see he's different than everybody else. He's not like the others.
Okay.
All right.
Well, thank you so much. Before you go, please tell us where people can follow your individual and professional story on social media, starting with you, Tanisha, with your lovely self.
Oh, hi.
Oh, okay.
I'm at
Shooting
Tanisha
shots.
Long on all social media. Y'all, I gotta be extra, you know, I'm awake.
Right.
That's right. It is 6:30 where you are. 7:00.
I mean, turn
Yeah,
up.
7 o'clock.
Oh, both of our dogs are pissed at us.
Yeah. I'm over here petting her like, shh, please be quiet. Bash.
Yeah, we got one more minute.
And you guys can find me on all the social medias at Tristan J. Winger. And I'm going to do a little hand pose like Tanisha did.
Yes.
We keep it
Well,
lit
y'all
over
might as
here.
well do positive thought.
Oh, positive thoughts. What's that?
Yeah, we're definitely looking towards for great things to happen for you guys. We're tuning in. I have BET Plus, so I'm gonna binge watch. So all of that. But positive thoughts is a segment where we end the show off on a positive note. Mine, I had a theme for this week, so I'll go ahead and start it off. And we would love for you guys to stay and give us a positive thought as well to end the show with. But my theme for the week was leadership. And my quote, my positive thought for the day is leaders become great not because of their power, but because of their ability to empower others. And I think I do that very well, Terry. Terry, that was John Maxwell again. Terry don't know about John Maxwell. So I'm going to pass the ball.
See, I ain't even do nothing to you.
She did drag you a little bit. I don't know.
You don't know about John Maxwell. We was talking about John Maxwell last week, and he didn't have a clue as to who he was. But go ahead, Romeo. Go.
See, that's what I'm talking about right there.
You pass it to me.
I'm passing it to Romeo International.
My positive thought of the day, everybody that's watching, is love me because I'm great, and then love yourself because you great, but love me first. And I pass it to you.
That's amazing.
What?
That's great. I didn't say anything. It's fantastic. Oh wow, this is hard. I think like because of quarantine and everything that's happening, it's really important to only do what makes you happy. If something doesn't make you happy, don't do it. That includes going to work. You're on Zoom anyway, just don't log in.
Oh man.
Put a cardboard cutout of your face and center that thing.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Okay, you go ahead next, Kristen. Go ahead and give us your quick thought of the day.
So my positive thought of the day is in light of storytelling. Your story is valid. You are valid. You deserve to see yourself on the screen. So if there's something you don't see that you'd like to see, create it. You can do it. Your story is valid. We all got one of these, so we can put anything we want into the world that we want to see. From positive thoughts like this, like I'm saying, to full screen content for your friends and family to see and to see themselves and for you to tell their story. So you got this, and I love you.
That's what's up. And my positive thought of the day is I love the guests that we've had on today because you're talking about there are no excuses. There are no excuses. Our previous guest and you guys are talking about there are so many different forms and platforms in which to get your story and your movie and your videos out and your music out. Shout out to Tristan and his music career. There's no excuse. Get it out there. And so my positive thought of the day is that basically I'm like Furious Styles and Boys in the Hood, which keep coming on TV all the time. He says, when his ex-girlfriend asked him, well, how are you doing? He said, I'm alive, and that's enough for me. So I think we ought to be grateful for the small things. Stop being ungrateful for the little things, because if you're ungrateful for the little things, God is not going to give you the big things because you're not going to handle it right. And that is my positive thought of the day. I pass it back to Portia Monique, the hater in chief. Go ahead, take it away, Portia.
Oh, wow.
Thank y'all so much for coming on. We definitely enjoyed you. We are going to be tuning into Bigger Wednesday nights at 10. Is it 10:30 Eastern or 10 o'clock?
10:30.
10:30.
We're going to need
10:30
you.
Eastern.
Mm-hmm.
We definitely.
See, this is what I'm talking
will be
about,
tuning in.
Tanisha.
So thanks again. And we will catch y'all tomorrow, y'all.
Enjoy your day.
Thank y'all so
Thanks,
much.
y'all.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Thank you.
Have a
so
great
much.
day. Y'all are so
Yes,
fun.
I gotta deal with
Bye.
this every day, man.
It was fun. Have a wonderful day.
Jesus.
All right,
That's when the
y'all. So
music
it's the
starts.
end of the show. Great show. I
That's
had
right.
fun today, y'all.
Yeah,
I had fun
and
despite the
I didn't
fact
have
that
no
Terry
fun.
was trying to
You keep
hate.
talking about my reading skills. I know who John Maxwell is.
You know who John Maxwell. You know now. You didn't know
The sun
last
is
week.
shining.
You found out last week. Thank y'all for
I
tuning
read.
in. Shirley
I can
Carter,
read.
Iris Baker, D. Shield, Kathleen Tolan, Nathan Westcott, Al Ward, Derek Washington, Sean Carter, Tiara Moore, Gloria Eason, Debbie
Don't be
Banks,
giving
Jenna
no
Moore.
shout out to D Shields. She didn't invite me on her show.
Well, you should have watched it. Jean Gracie Worthy, thank you so much for coming on the show. BMFN Cheesy. Good morning. Good morning, y'all. We gotta go. Thank y'all for tuning in. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
And that's what's up. Romeo, can you say goodbye to the audience? They're looking at you, bro. They're looking at you.
Oh, goodbye, y'all. See y'all
right,
when I see y'all.
Mm-hmm. And Portia, I'm going to have to gather you have to get off the show. You are not going to play me on the show about my reading skills. I know how to read. Okay, I read.
Yep, I saw that.